You are my sweetest downfall. I loved you first, I loved you first. Beneath the sheets of paper lies my truth. I have to go, I have to go. Your hair was long when we first met. Samson went back to bed, not much hair left on his head. He ate a slice of Wonder Bread and went right back to bed. And the history books forgot about us, and the Bible didn't mention us, and the Bible didn't mention us, not even once. You are my sweetest downfall. I loved you first, I loved you first. Beneath the stars came falling on our hats, but they're just old light, they're just old light. Your hair was long when we first met. Samson came to my bed, told me that my hair was red, told me I was beautiful, came into my...
She said her name was Elia Smith. I suppose she was trying to cheer me up. But I was afraid. Then her phone rang. And she said she had to go. It was strange. I didn't want her to leave. I woke up the next morning and something was different, but I didn't know what. I was the same boring old reflection. But when I was walking to school, I saw her. The girl who had the red ribbon in her hair. I tried to give it back. But she said she wanted me to have it. Then I saw her at school. She said she wanted to show me something. She talked to me at her locker and Then she offered me a mint, but it was too much like the same. Then she invited me out to town with her and her friend Lewis. It was fun.
This is how it works. It feels a little worse than when we drove our hearse right through that screaming crowd, while laughing up a storm until we were just bone, until it got so warm that none of us could sleep, and all the styrofoam began to melt away. We tried to find some worms to eat in the decay, but none of them were home inside the catacomb. A million ancient bees began to sting our knees, while we were on our knees praying that disease would leave the ones we love and never come again. On the radio we heard November Rain. That solo's real long, but it's a pretty song. We listened to it twice, 'cause the DJ was asleep. Bum, ba, bum, ba, bum. This is how it works. You're young until you're not. You love until you don't. You try until you can't. You laugh until you cry. You cry until you laugh. And everyone must breathe until their dying breath. No, this is how it works. You peer inside yourself. You take the things you like, then try to love the things you took. And then you take that love you made and stick it into someone else's heart, pumping someone else's blood, and walking arm in arm. You hope it don't get harmed, but even if it does, you just do it all again. And on the radio you'll hear November Rain. That solo's awful long, but it's a good refrain. You'll listen to it twice, 'cause the DJ is asleep. On the radio, on the radio, on the radio, uh-oh. On the radio, uh-oh. On the radio, uh-oh. On the radio.
It was so easy that night. Should have been strong, yeah, I lied. Nobody gets me like you. Couldn't keep hold of you then. How could I know what you meant? There was nothing to compare to. I know everything changes, all the cities and faces, but I know how I feel about you. There's a mountain between us, but there's one thing I'm sure of, that I know how I feel about you. Can we bring yesterday back around? 'Cause I know how I feel about you now. I was dumb, I was wrong, I let you down. But I know how I feel about you now. All that it takes, one more chance. Don't let our last kiss be our last. Give me tonight and I'll show you.
And then How could I have forgotten? She showed up the next day, but I didn't want to speak to anybody. She said she wouldn't leave until I talked. And so I told her about my old town, my old friends, and how I felt so guilty to be the only one still here. And she said it was okay. I didn't have to feel guilty. She said my friends would want me to be happy. And suddenly, I felt so much better. Because I knew my friends were always going to be there for me, even though they aren't here anymore.